Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Patch Notes 3.0. My name is Robert. I'll be your host this week. And as always, I'm accompanied by my two friends, Miguel and Sergio. For those of you brand new listeners who don't know how this podcast goes, there is a new host every week, usually rotates between us three. So this week just happens to be me. We also go based off of a point system, which we won't get into detail because our point system is all over the place. So, but before we get into the main topic, what's up with you guys? What's been new with you guys?
It's been a crazy couple of weeks. We didn't get to record over the weekend like we usually do, because of multiple things.
Yeah.
My fiance and I, we were on our way to go see one of our close friends graduate from the National Guard, and which
Nice.
was taking place in San Antonio. So we were on our way over there, and it it was an adventure in and of itself. We didn't make it to San Antonio. Uh, and so the reason for that being is because on the way our tire exploded. Like it just, yeah, it just went up. And so it was a completely preventable thing. We could have taken my car, which is like a little bit of a newer car. It's more maintained at this current point in time. Ruby's tires were older. And she was even saying, she's like, "Oh, babe, do you think I should get new tires?" And I was like, "No, the treads on them still fine. I think we can go a little bit without getting it." And so it was just weird. Like we had a feeling that something was going to go wrong. Um, and so from where we are to just any other city in Texas, it's quite a journey. It's like eight
Right.
hours just to get to like another major city. So we got really lucky that our tire exploded right outside of Van Horn, like right off the exit. So if we had gone even like 15 minutes past that, we would have been in the middle of nowhere. So we got lucky. But yeah, we were just driving, and then I kind of woke up and I was like, "Hey, do you kind of feel something?" And she was like, "Yeah, I kind of do." And then out of nowhere, you just hear like a pop, and it popped. And yeah, we were there. She was driving, so she was able to pull off to the side of the road. Luckily, we had some dirt road there to kind of pull off to the side of. And it was already late. It was already like 11. So we had to call a tow truck, just because we had the spare tire, but we didn't have any of the stuff to take off the tire. And it's crazy because her dad knew. She's like, "Oh yeah, you don't have any of the equipment, but you have a tire." And I was just like, "Oh my god." So we had to call a tow truck guy. Celso was his name. He's cool. Shout out to Celso. And yeah, so we ended up spending the night there, just because there's no way we could have gotten on a spare tire. So we spent the night in Van Horn. The next day we went to go fix the tire. And the guy who owned the tire shop or the mechanic shop, it was like super stereotypical. We walk in and it's the city of Van Horn is just a street. Uh, and so it was funny because we bought the tire from a Makova, and right across the street was like the mechanic shop. So I'm like, okay, we saw the whole town. And so we
Yeah.
walk in to the guy because I called him like, hey, he's the only mechanic in town, one of the only mechanics in town. And he's like, yeah, I'll be out there. And so I kind of walked, and in the garage was a literal rooster. It's just kind of chilling.
Very
And I was,
nice.
yeah, and I was
Very
like, oh
nice.
my god, like we really are out here. But he was cool. He's a cool guy. He was able to fix it, or put in the new tire for us, and we just headed back to El Paso. So that was our weekend. Uh, and yeah, it was just kind of one of those things, like it just one thing after another. And this upcoming week, actually tomorrow, I'm gonna be on my way to Washington. I'm gonna go to a music festival called Beyond Wonderland at the Gorge. So I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be a 2-day music festival. I'm gonna get there, have a lot of fun. I'm going with my best friends from high school, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for it. Kind of nervous about the travel part of it. I'm not really good with heights, but
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
but a plane is safer than driving a car, Mikey. So you'll be okay.
No, no, it's not. I'll die on that hill. But yeah, no, it'll be good. I've actually flown with Robert. We went to Orlando on like a school semi-school trip, so it'll be good. I'll be fine. I just got to get over that part of it. But I'm excited. Just finished this week of my capstone. I finished a little bit early just because I knew I was going to be going out tomorrow. So it was good. Just
Nice,
finished dropping
nice.
things up. So that's why I'm still in scrubs. But it was good. It's been a good week. Eventful.
That's good to hear. What about you,
Yeah.
Serge? What's going on with you?
I mean, I actually come bearing bad news. made me quite emotional, sentimental. Made me really
Mm.
reflect on life,
Oh,
kind of the
okay.
meaning of life, what brings joy to life, what is it that people should wake up and look forward to every day. Because the Oilers lost in the NHL finals, basically, to
Hey,
the Panthers,
I told you the
and
Panthers
the
were gonna
second
take
year in
it.
a row. Yeah, it's just honestly, I mean, the Panthers are just like they were the better team, so it was kind of like if the Oilers won, it was going to be because they kind of stole it from the Panthers. So it really was more of like a let's see if we can do this, but obviously
Yeah.
not because yeah, Florida is really good. So that definitely and that happened yesterday, barely that they lost. So still feeling it. Outside of that, me and Robert, we had a little bit of a shindig with about 50,000 other people. We went to go see
True,
Coldplay.
true.
It was amazing. They're my favorite artists out of anything in music. And yeah, it was amazing. I mean, Robert could even tell you a little bit about it.
Oh yeah, dude,
That's
definitely that was
awesome.
like something to experience in your lifetime. Like the vibes were just immaculate. I don't think any other event will ever top this unless it's like a FIFA World Cup final or some sort
Mexico
of yeah,
and the final.
that won't happen in our lifetime.
That's all.
This is the
A
closest
man,
thing we're
a
gonna
man,
get.
a man can literally dream.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but that concert was amazing. On Saturday, well, because what they had it two times. It was on Friday and Saturday, and those that went on Saturday, we got to hear a song from Coldplay that they hadn't played in a while because our firework show didn't go off. It was just one little sad green firework. So in
A
order to make
flare.
up for that, yeah, dude, honestly, it was like a flare. So in order for
My
make to
opinion,
make up, yeah, go for
it
it.
was worth it because I love that song. It was Speed of Sound,
Speed of sound,
and
yeah,
I was surprised that he was actually saying that he doesn't like it. I was like, he's
yeah.
saying he wants to go back and fix it. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. It's like for me, it's like they're it's my third favorite song from them. So I was like, you're
Wow.
crazy.
It's your first one, yellow or what?
Viva La Vida and then Clocks.
Okay,
Valid.
pretty solid. Um,
Yeah. Outside of that, I started reading a book. Kind of, I was kind of slacking the past 2 3 weeks. I was like, I got to log back in. I'm reading. It's called Stormfront by Jim Butcher, and you may have already seen some about it in my Instagram because I
oh yeah.
shared a little story about it because I thought it was funny. But basically, that guy said it best. I don't know what his name was, but it's basically about this magical wizard detective in Chicago who solves magical crimes. And so
Oh
far,
yeah.
yeah, it's like I think there's like 10, 11, or 12 books because it's like kind of it's the standalones. Like each book is like a little, I guess, like side story mission that happens like a different crime. But each book is pretty short. So far, I'm like probably 70% done, and I'm really enjoying it. Like right now, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. The main character, I think she's really likable. He's kind of down on his luck, even though he's a wizard. Side characters are decent so far. You're still getting to know them, but I like the whole, I guess, like fantasy aspect because like you see like vampires or like fairies, like the little ones.
Mhm.
You see like demons that are being summoned, all kinds of stuff. Like basically, so much stuff is happening in the story, and it's just like he's having to deal with it. So it's honestly pretty funny as well.
It's cool.
Nice,
Yeah.
interesting. Mikey, I don't know if you're gonna tell us and fill us in with your list you've been working on. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I was just thinking too, going back to the tire story. One other reason why it was super preventable is because Ruby's tire wasn't aligned, and so the tire didn't blow up from the tread or from the outside. It blew up from the like inside wall, and that's because of the alignment
Oh,
was off. So just a PSA: make sure your cars are aligned. You have your cars properly aligned. Um, but yeah, oh yeah, like Robert was saying, like Serge, I kind of talked about it in the other podcast. I've been listening to like different albums. Um, Mostly they've been hip hop albums for now, until I get like more, I guess, references. But I've been really, really enjoying it. Right now, I think my top album so far has been, let me see, with a, I think it's a 9.4, has been For Your Eyes Only by J. Cole. I loved it. Excellent. I think the big knock against it was that it was only 10 songs, but I mean every song hit. Even the intro was really good. Like
Man,
it was such a
just
vibe.
definitely 9.4 is pretty high up there. I like J. Cole, but
Yeah,
I know there's a lot.
9.4. And Good Kid, Mad City, I gave a 9.2. I think it's Kendrick's best work. the way I kind of go through it is like I have it like on a scale of 1 to 10. I gave that album, Good Kid, Mad City, like 6 perfect songs. So I think, which is insane, honestly. Like
Yeah, it's
to
a pretty
have,
high
yeah,
rating.
yeah, no, and I stand by it because he had "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe," he had "Backstreet Freestyle," "Money Trees," "Mad City," "Swimming Pools," and one that I hadn't first because I knew of the other ones, but one that was new to me and I just ended up loving was "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst." That was such a good song. Very very powerful imagery. But yeah, so those have been my top two. Um, my lowest one, and to the dismay of Serge, was a Chance the Rapper album. It just wasn't for me. I get it. It was Acid Rain album. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, and then Robert had suggested a Suicide Boys album, which I didn't even know honestly what to expect. I had heard of them. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. It was the I Want to Die in New Orleans album.
Yeah,
Really,
which
really
is
solid.
yeah, a lot of people say that that one's their best album, so I just started you off with their best one, and then I
Yeah.
suggested some other ones for you, which you can listen to later on, see like where that compares to quote unquote their best album.
Yeah, I will
Which
say this though, Serge like redeemed himself and more so, with the Liquid Swords album, by Jizza, or that's how you Jizza, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang Clan.
yeah, phenomenal. Like I I had to lock the fuck in when listening to it. I had to have
Yeah.
I didn't have lyrics, but like I was just kind of there like meditating almost, just because like you have to keep up with the lyricism. His flow is impeccable. Like they didn't miss. There was a lot of good features from, like Method Man and other members of like Wu-Tang Clan, and other artists. So it was great, great album. Honestly, no notes. It was left me speechless. Honestly, so very good album too.
nice,
Well,
nice.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't like Acid Rain. I try when I recommended you albums, I recommend you stuff that I feel like you'd like. Because if not, I
Mhm.
could recommend like a bunch of stuff, but I was like, I don't think you'll like them. So I was surprised you didn't like Acid Rain because some of your interests even leave me kind of like, okay, I don't know if that's something
That's
I
the
would listen to.
vibe.
So I was like, I think you'll listen to this, but I guess not.
Yeah, it just didn't hit, and maybe it's because I wasn't like listening to him when it came out. I think it's a very nostalgic piece from what I gathered, because I watch it on YouTube, so like I kind of, if I'm kind of like not picking up on a vibe, like I'll trying to see what other people are feeling, which is not always the best thing to do because YouTube comments are always gonna be like, "This is the greatest song I've ever heard in my life," and it'll be like really shit. Um, yeah, but it was good. I mean, I still gave it like a 7.6 or something like that, which I mean is a good to all right album. Like good to excellent is kind of where I have that point system. So
What I can say for sure though is, don't bother listening to anything after that because it's hot garbage.
I saw that. Yeah, I thought it was
Bad.
just me,
Like
but yeah.
honestly, like laughably bad. How like that's how bad his later albums are.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm no musician or anything like that, so I'm not claiming to know anything. But for whatever reason, it might have been like halfway through the track. I was like, it's like listening to like Ice JJ Fish a little bit. Like if I close my eyes, I'm like, it's just a tune off.
That's funny.
I honestly, the biggest knock for me was I think he did too much. Like I get he was trying to be like creative with it, but it just seemed overproduced. I think if he wasn't going or at the end of like every verse or the beginning of every verse, it would have been a better album. Um, but yeah, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I liked it. It's been a fun experience. But yeah, if you all have any suggestions of albums you'd want me to kind of go through, doesn't have to be hip hop. Uh, I think hip hop is one of those things where it's such a rich identity, and like history behind it. So like it, people feel very passionate about it. So if you have any recommendations, again, any genre, I'm willing to listen to it.
Hey,
Have
So yeah.
you
don't worry. Don't worry. I'll eventually get you like on Max Richter, some Vivaldi. Like really
Mhm.
get you on that those classics.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm willing. I want to be educated. It's been a great experience. Honestly, it's been fun.
I'm gonna have to recommend you to listen to Kids Bop.
Kids Bop album. Yeah, yeah. So it's been good. And you, Robert, what have you been up to?
Well, other than going to Coldplay this past Saturday, another reason we couldn't record on Sunday was because my internet went to total shit. It could just decided to off itself. So when the guys from the internet came over here, they told me like what was going on, and apparently one of my neighbors had called to get something done with their internet service, and for some reason they decided to cut off my internet service.
Oh.
And so we talked to them and we're like, yo, like we want a refund for like these days that we didn't have any internet. Like, okay, yeah, we'll take $3.19 off your next bill. Bruh.
I mean, I guess.
I guess, dude, but fuck. But still like $3, bro. Come on now. For 2 days without internet.
That's fine.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
No, that's
so yeah, it
crazy.
was 2 days without internet. Like if it would have been like a day, like I mean, there's no point in even asking for the refund. But I mean, 2 days without internet, and I had stuff to turn in for school as well, so just went to shit. Um, other talking points that I have is all the World War III memes. I don't know if you guys have been seeing those on either TikTok or on Twitter.
Like it's crazy because these countries are literally all reforming each other off of like bombings and stuff. It's like this crazy age we live in for sure.
And they're promoting it like a Fortnite live event.
Literally, it's crazy to see.
That's crazy. No,
Dude,
I've had too much of it like on my TikTok feed, so I've had to stop. I had to put my phone down and go touch grass for a bit.
had
Like
to
enjoy the
ground
simple
yourself.
things. Yeah,
No, yeah, definitely.
exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, if you guys don't got any other things to talk about, I guess we can go ahead and jump right
I will.
into it.
One more thing, sports
Go
related.
for it. You go for it.
Monday was Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Oh
And
yeah.
oh my God, it's so frustrating to watch. Tyrese Halliburton had 4 points the whole game. I understand he was dealing like with a calf issue and like a strained calf and I think an ankle injury in the game. But like, if you're gonna not be 100%, I understand you're the best player in the team. You should not be on the court, honestly. So he was still giving his best effort, and I get why he was on the court. Like he was drawing double teams because he is their best player. Um, but yeah, OKC was just dominant. They had the lead and they never let go. So the next game will actually be tomorrow on Thursday. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the Pacers can make it interesting, just because it's it's like watching a bully like win, just beat somebody else up. And yeah, it's just crazy. And then seeing SGA play basketball is like super annoying too because he'll push off consistently. He draws fouls like every play. The refs give him every call. He's a free throw merchant essentially, and it's tough to watch. Like he's on the line consistently. So yeah, if you like watching free throws, then they're your champ. But yeah, it's been tough. He's not my MVP. But yeah, I thought I'd bring that up.
No, you're good. Alrighty. So I hope you boys have some historical knowledge in a sense, because today I'm going to be testing your guys' knowledge on inventions and what they're known for today and what they were originally invented for and their use.
I already know a major one, so if you tell it to me, I will know it. Because I saw it and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
Well, maybe I have it on this list. I have a list over here to my side of
Yeah.
different
I hope you
things.
do because it is honestly funny. Like when I saw it, I was like, this amazing invention that existed. I think it was like for almost like 100 years was used for this specific thing, and like for 100 years there was no crazy amount of innovation that would have propelled us forward by that difference, which was
Wow.
hilarious.
So it's still
Yeah.
something that we use today.
the vertical leap and Blades of Glory.
And Miguel, hopefully you snag your second win. If not, you're just gonna give Serge a bigger loss.
A big lead, I believe.
All right, so with our first item, the chainsaw, known today for cutting down trees and used in horror movies, invented by John Aitken and James Jeffrey. If you guys didn't know what it was used for today, what do you guys think it was initially invented for?
The chainsaw.
So today, to cut down trees,
Yeah, it's mostly used for cutting down trees.
but it was just for something else back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm ready. I think I have my
Yeah,
answer.
go for it. You guys can
I feel
just.
like it almost came naturally to me. Like I
Can
feel
I
like
get Can I get like a hint? What year was it invented? I don't know if you said it.
So I was gonna do that to give you guys even more points, so that way it's more of a throwing you a bone, Mikey, if in case you decide to just ghost us. But you guys can go ahead and also guess when it was made, and even location as to where.
Okay.
So, do we lose points if we guess wrong, or is it kind of
No,
just
no, no.
by
It's
less
just
hints we get more?
yeah, exactly. Well, not necessarily. I mean, you guys just get
Okay. So immediately, 1878, Germany, and I'm
okay.
thinking this was. I don't know if this is the correct, I guess, terminology or phrasing, but like for plowing the fields, not for
Oh,
when you're setting up the fields to then put the seeds in, not when you're
not
taking
that
out
kind.
the stuff. So,
Uh-huh.
what is
Mm,
it called when you're still setting up the fields to then put the seeds in?
I think
Uh,
plowing.
Is that
Right.
plowing?
I
I would
think.
say so. I would say so.
Well,
Or is
that's my
plowing
guess.
when you like rake the dirt?
1878, Germany. There was this guy. He's like, I need to plow his field. I created this. Let's get to work. I call it
Okay.
the chainsaw.
I'm gonna go 1924. Uh, actually no, 1918.
1918.
Prime
Okay.
prohibition. Let's go Detroit. It was used in bars to open up bottle caps, like
That's an interesting take on
crazy
that.
fast.
Okay.
Uh, that
Interesting.
that's my guess for like the original use of a chainsaw.
All right. So neither of you got the time period or location. So now I'll give you another hint. If both the inventors are Scottish doctors, does that somehow
Oh
change
my God.
what it
That's
was
hilarious.
what it was initially used for?
I feel like it has to be for
Medical surgeries.
yeah.
More specific?
Okay, can I go first?
Yeah, you can go for it.
For cutting open the cranium.
That's an okay.
I'm gonna go 1865 for the Spanish flu. To cut off infected parts of the body. I don't know.
That's
And
actually not a
I
bad.
forgot to give my the year, so that's true.
Okay.
I'll say 1912 to cut
19.
open the cranium of
Okay.
a body that's already dead.
All right. So, the chainsaw was originally used for assisting childbirth by cutting bone during a symphysiotomy. So it was used to cut open
Like a C-section
um
almost?
yeah, almost. So that's what it was
Wow.
initially used for.
What year is this?
So it
It's
was invented
barbaric.
in the 1700s in
Oh,
Scotland.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Next they're gonna or how is it that they used to treat mental disorders with what's it called when they
The craniotomy?
yeah,
phlebotomy.
Lobotomy.
lobotomy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It
lobotomy. There
just
we
sounds
go.
just as barbaric as that. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's crazy. I'm even surprised that technology existed in the 1700s.
I mean,
I
I don't
imagine
know
it's
what they
more
were doing
like
in
maybe
Scotland.
cranking
Yeah, I
something,
Yeah.
but
think that's
still,
what it
yeah.
was before. I think before it was
Mm.
used as like as a handheld crank
It
sort
was
of
coal powered.
device. Yeah, dude. I mean,
At
that's
a
crazy
water
though.
mill.
For like I wonder like if the woman would even survive that.
It just sounds crazy. Like
Yeah.
they were just doing whatever they like. I don't even know.
Yeah,
They were just doing stuff.
back then they were just experimenting.
I
Literally.
wonder what came first, the need for it, like, hey, we need something like this, or they saw something similar to it and they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's try it. I wonder
I
which
don't
which
know.
which was the method.
Who knows? All right, I think that point's gonna go. Well, I don't know. You guys both had good answers for that one. Just gonna have to give both of you guys half a point. So the next one is Coca-Cola, known today for is one of the most famous soft drinks in the world. Brand deals with Santa Claus and sugar highs. What do you guys think it was originally invented for? Where it was invented and the year?
I already have a guess already. It just comes
Go
naturally
for it.
to me.
Yeah, you go whenever you're
Uh,
ready.
America, 1865 to treat an upset stomach. That's my guess.
Mm. Mikey?
Uh, I'm gonna go with 1886. A very specific year.
Wait,
I'm gonna
which
go
year?
with 1886. I'm gonna go
Okay.
with Pennsylvania to be more specific. And then it was invented to cure headaches.
Okay. Miguel, you actually got the year correct.
Oh shit!
You get a point for the year. It was made in the US. I don't know if you guys want to get like specific to where, but it was invented in the USA. I don't know if Serge, you want to give a specific um city
Um,
or state.
I hmm. You said Pennsylvania, right, Miguel?
Yeah, it's a Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm thinking East Coast, Delaware.
Bad.
Is it like Pensacola, Florida?
No, not at all.
It's made in Las Vegas.
Okay. So, do you guys want another guess as to what it was
Also, none of those are
originally
right.
invented? No, it wasn't. No.
I thought it was one of those two.
Because, well, I guess try and go maybe based off of what it was like, what was originally in Coca-Cola too.
Cocaine.
Mhm.
Huh.
It was used as like, trying to think like maybe I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
gonna go with.
as oh go ahead.
No, you go for it.
I'm thinking like kind of like a sedative to kind of numb pain, kind of in the way like if you're really drunk you'll feel this pain, or like if you're on
Okay.
drugs you feel this pain. So maybe something like that. Like that was the intention, like as the kind of like a pain relief.
Not a bad guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped just because I don't know where my brain went here, but I know that you can use it to like clean pipes.
Like rust.
Yeah, like it can be used for like for pipes. So I don't know, but I think that's now. I don't think that was the original formula.
Yeah, probably not.
Double strength.
All right. So, Coca-Cola was originally a medical tonic for pain, fatigue, and morphine addiction with actual cocaine. It was invented by Dr. John Pemberton, pharmacist and Civil War vet in 1886 in Atlanta, Georgia.
Ah,
That makes so much sense. Georgia,
yes.
of course.
We were close. We guessed.
You guys
East
were
Coast.
close. You guys were close on the East Coast part. All right. Next we
So,
got
Did I get the point for the pain, or was it not close enough?
yeah, you got point for the pain.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So all right.
You guys,
All right.
yeah.
We're kind of cooking, kind of like as a collective coming together, but we're cooking.
Yeah, we are.
Lysol, known today for killing 99.9% of germs on surfaces and pandemic level cleaning.
Lysol, man, this could go like way back to like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It depends like what's technically like considered the first iteration of Lysol.
I'm gonna go with 1664. It's not the Lysol we know now, but it was to remove lice. And it was a liquid concoction that they would put on the heads of children to remove lice. 1664.
Okay. Serge?
I'm kind of stumped on this one. The other two came naturally to me, but something about that Lysol. It's not. 1789, Austria, and this Lysol. What could Lysol have been used? I'm gonna say for cleaning medical tools like scalpels, tongs, that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
So I think, yeah, I think Serge, you're pretty like you're in that realm actually, and I think I'm just gonna give this one to you, except not the year. I won't give you the year.
Okay.
Oh, it was invented in 1889 in Germany, so you're almost close.
Okay.
By Gustav Roppenstock, German chemist. It was made for disinfectant in cholera outbreaks and later pushed as feminine hygiene and birth control.
Oh damn!
My God.
So I wonder,
Crazy times.
dude, I know all the women that went
This is
and
what
made,
happens when there's no basic civil rights. You
right?
just
They first,
human rights. You just
all right.
yeah.
First they
Start
use
cutting people up
Lysol,
with chainsaws.
and then they use Lysol to disinfect them.
It's wild. I'm
Exactly.
burned like a mother.
That's funny.
Our next item is duct tape, known today for fixing everything.
I feel like Robert's getting sneaky with it.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be surprisingly more recent of an invention. I'm gonna go.
Not
Oh, you or me?
1960.
Fuck.
1960 America for creating a layer on the outer shell of a rocket for insulation.
Oh, that's not a bad guess.
Damn
Mikey?
it. I was thinking aerospace, just because they still use it. I think like people like look on the side of planes. I'm gonna go 1953. 1953 for planes.
That's a good one.
I mean, Mikey, you're closer to the year. I'm gonna give it to you there. So it
Oh.
was made in 1943. I don't know if
Oh,
you guys want to guess as to another or what it was originally used for. If 1943 sort of swayed you into another era that we were in.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously you're already thinking World War II,
hmm
but for what reason or
Mhm.
purpose? I'm almost sure I've at some point in my life heard what it was used for, but I can't remember.
I'm pretty
But
sure
I
you
know
guys
I
have
have.
heard.
Yeah, 1943. That's towards the end of the war.
I think I'm gonna say it was used for uh since we didn't get the purpose of it. I'm gonna think like another thing. So it was like end stage, or kind of. I'm gonna say for like preparing sandbags for like
For like the
the
bunkers
trench.
and stuff, the
Yeah.
trenches.
hmm
It was just as a form of bandage.
Wrong, both of you guys.
Shit.
Oh wait, Mikey, you never gave me a guess as to where you think it was invented.
I'm gonna go with America by William Duct.
Um, any more specific in the U.S.?
Ooh, let's go. Ooh, oh no, that's Velcro. Fuck, because I was saying I was like Velcro was in Roswell. So
North
maybe.
Carolina.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna say New Mexico.
New Mexico. Let's see. Okay, let me see which one's closer to this state. Let's.
Kind of, I shot myself in the foot going too
You
west.
said you guys said
North Carolina, New Mexico.
north.
Not to be confused with South Carolina.
True.
You know what? Fuck it. You guys let me know. Okay, so it was invented in Chicago, Illinois.
No, that's North Carolina.
Yeah, I think that's the only like 2 states over, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe like
Yeah,
four. I don't really know
me,
my
me and Mikey haven't
U.S.
brushed
geography.
up on our maps.
Yeah, everything's kind of clustered up on the
Uh,
East Coast, but I think the
Right.
distance is a lot farther on the West. So I would say North Carolina is probably closer.
True. So
When in
originally
doubt, go North Carolina.
True.
it was originally used for waterproofing ammo boxes for soldiers in World War II.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured it had like a super specific purpose, like you said, related to
Yeah,
the war.
very
Yeah.
specific. This one might be an easy one. So I mean, I'm gonna just whoever first come first serve. So vibrators. Today widely known and accepted for adults as a wellness tool. Entire aisles in stores and
Okay.
podcasts sponsor them now. So hopefully we get sponsored by vibrators.
Question.
Big Vibra, if you're out there, we will take the sponsor.
Especially if they're big vibrators.
Was
uh,
like that. Sorry, was like the super crazy one that it's like the rose one. I know that's like
Oh, the rose one? Yeah,
that's like the Mercedes Benz of like vibrators,
yeah, apparently.
like the Ferraris.
okay. I'm gonna go with 15,000 BC. It was a stick.
Yeah, you went way too. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. It'd have to be like some kind of power, like coal.
Well, then I'll go ahead and go because I already
Yeah, go for it.
1971. That's like the 70s. It was a crazy time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hairy bushes. Rock was at an all-time high. I mean, drugs everywhere. Hippie culture. So I feel like it has to be the 70s. And I think it was originally used just like as a massage tool, like for general, not for specific areas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 1920. Um, and I'm
Roaring 20s.
Roaring 20s. I'm gonna say New Jersey. They seem crazy enough to come up with something like
I
that.
can
And I'm
see
gonna
it. I can see it.
and I'm gonna say it was used primarily to kind of clean like wine glasses and corks.
I'm surprised you guys don't actually know the original intended use for this.
Didn't make go get it right. I feel like it's just
No, no,
Roll off
asking
the
for
tongue.
that.
Miguel, you got it right. Like it's I'm kidding. It's not in the US. I'll give you guys that.
Damn.
The year Mikey is closer to it just by default. So it was in the 1880s.
Oh, we're going
1880s,
back.
big year. There's like 3
That's
inventions already.
true.
Let's see. Ooh. Let's go Italy, and
I
then
feel like it makes sense. That does
I'm
make
gonna go.
sense.
I'm gonna go Italy, and then I'm gonna say it was used as like a you'd put it like in your bed, and it would kind of like massage you.
Give me turkey to tenderize meat.
Tenderize.
Specifically turkey.
Wrong.
Yeah, I'm feeling like turkey Morocco vibes.
Yeah, that's fair.
You guys are too well, Serge, you're too far east. Miguel, you're within the nethers of it. Ish.
Do I know my Europe geography good?
I mean, Sweden.
Not a bad guess.
The New Zealand exists in the 1880s.
New Zealand's like near Australia.
Oh,
It's true.
no.
You're thinking about
Oh my
like
God.
Greenland,
Yeah, you're right.
or
No,
Czechoslovakia.
what am I thinking of?
you're thinking of like those
Ju-
3 ones up there, right? Like
Yeah, just give me Switzerland then. I don't know what I was thinking of then. Because, yeah, you're right. That's Australia. Or by Australia.
For the
So-
down under.
it was invented by Joseph Mortimer Granville, British physician, invented in the UK.
Never would have guessed. Never.
And it was originally used for treating hysteria in women by doctors.
All right.
It
I remember
always
once
comes back to
women.
women like experimentations on their bodies.
That's
Like,
true.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like, how can
remember
we use this on a woman's body?
I
Basically,
don't know.
what is adding up to?
Hey, well, they turned something into nothing, or they turned nothing into something. So I guess it worked
True.
out.
I remember once me and my wife went to a play on like, I think it was like about hysteria, and they like brought out a vibrator. I'm like, oh, that's what it was originally used for.
Interesting.
Next, we got Play-Doh. Today, known for as a classics kid toy. Its smell is nostalgic and
Mhm.
also weirdly edible.
I'm gonna go with 1806. It was made in France, and it was used to cover like holes in walls.
That's not a bad idea, like plaster.
Yeah, like plaster.
One, to cover like bottles that were already opened.
So, wait, give me your guess as to where.
Play-Doh. I feel like, is it America? I feel like it feels American. Play-Doh.
So,
But are we going to like? Oh, go ahead.
okay, no, yeah, go for it. I mean,
I mean, like, yeah, America. I feel it has to be America.
it is in America, and Sergio actually got like the year correct. It was in the 1930s.
Oh, nice.
However, it was not used to whatever you said about the bottles.
Yeah.
So now that you know it that it's in America, you guys can go ahead and guess the state or city.
Vermont.
I'm gonna go Oregon
Ah.
as my guess, and
For some reason, when you make a guess, I see the vision instantly, Miguel. Seriously, I see the vision.
yeah, and I'm gonna say it was used to patch up like holes in roofs, because doesn't it harden?
Yeah.
Like when left in air.
So I think I'm gonna give the point more to Miguel just because he was more on that. He's within the realm. So Play-Doh was originally used for cleaning soot from wallpaper in coal-heated homes, and it was. You guys didn't get the location. It was invented in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Close.
I should have heard LeBron calling my name. Or he's from. I think he's from Cleveland, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got over here? Ooh, bubble wrap.
Oh,
Oh.
I know I've heard this one, but I don't know it. Man,
Yeah.
I know
So-
I've heard this one.
Bubble wrap.
1937, Georgia. What it's used for, though? That's all I got. 1937 in the state of Georgia.
I don't think you guys are ever gonna guess what its intended purpose was used for. Like, I wouldn't even think it was used for this. I mean, mostly like all of these things that I had said.
Uh,
I'm
Wow.
gonna. Oh, were you still guessing, Serge?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I'm gonna guess 1974. It was used by the dad from the kid from Home Alone, who also used it to warn from home invaders. So it's like a protection device.
Okay, I can see that. And location.
Where are they from? Oh no, they're flying to New York. It seemed like a nice like small town. I'm gonna go with Seattle. Seemed like they had snow.
Okay, so I should have to guess what it's used for then, huh?
Yeah, you gotta guess what it's used
Man,
for.
I have nothing. What could bubble wrap be used for? I'll say nothing. It was used as intendedly. It was used as soles and shoes.
That's crazy.
No,
You never
no.
know. You never
Like,
know.
oh fuck, I already
No.
went through this one.
I mean, with all these crazy inventions of what they were originally used for, you would. I mean,
Oh.
okay. So I'm gonna give the year to. I mean, I don't even know who's far off. Mm,
Equally shit.
I want to say Miguel. Miguel, you got it closer by 2 years.
Oh,
It was invented in 1957. The location, I'm gonna give it to Surge because it was invented in New Jersey,
ah, damn, it
New
was like
Jersey,
two up.
USA. Invented by Alfred Fiedling and Mark Chavanis.
Shebanes.
I'll give you guys other guesses.
New Jersey. What are they doing in New Jersey in the 50s?
What aren't they doing in New Jersey?
That's true.
I'm gonna say it was used to reupholster boats.
I was also thinking something boat related. I'm not even joking. It was used as life vests.
Good guess.
Good guess. Unfortunately, both of you guys are wrong, though.
Shit.
I'll give you more a hint. It was used in the context of a house, like housing, house
Okay.
environment.
For insulation for houses. That's my next guess.
I'm gonna say it was used to preserve rugs.
Jams. Jams and marmalades.
Yeah, specifically peach
Peach marmalade, and
marmalades.
it was originally used as textured wallpaper.
Oh.
It's so dumb. But I see the vision.
Mhm.
Dude, how? Like, why would that even be a thing?
Yeah,
Funny.
it's gonna last all of a week with a child.
Dude, honestly, I mean, it's gonna pop within seconds of putting it up. I don't know how you put it up carefully, not pop all the bubbles.
That's true.
Man, but now
Fuck.
now we got people on the spectrum going crazy for that stuff. Okay. WD-40,
Oh.
known today for fixing squeaky doors, zippers, and literally everything mechanical.
This was used for something else.
Invented by Norm Larson.
Larson.
I remember one time it was middle school. Me and my friends had like no concept of starting a fire. And so we were out there in the backyard and we actually used WD-40 to light our fire. And whenever the fire would dim, we would just spray it with WD-40. It was a lot of fun. It smelled like crazy.
You guys ever like trap ants in like Tupperware and then light them on fire?
No.
Or
No, because I am not a sociopath.
How would you light it on fire without the Tupperware melting?
I'm trying to remember. No, I think what we did is we got like a jar and we made it into like a magnifying glass, and then we just trapped ants in it, and like
That's
when the
crazy.
sun hit it the perfect spot, they would just get fried, bro.
You're playing God.
Next, you're gonna tell us about how you used to skin frogs when you were 12 years old.
No, but I did. I remember when like it used to rain a lot in the summertime. I would ride my bike, and where my grandma used to live, there was a bunch of like little baby frogs, so I'd run them over.
That's horrible.
That's funny.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I think it was like 06. We got like a bad flood. And yeah, they were all over the schools, and people would just like squish them, stomp on them. They were everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere, dude.
Just
Like,
like a plague.
literally, honestly, the bubonic plague.
1940 Germany motor oil.
Okay.
Uh,
1940.
I'm gonna go 1974. Oh, 1986 to clean chainsaws.
That's
To start the chainsaws.
Yeah, you needed they solved one problem, but then they got another problem with like how to upkeep. So I'm gonna go in 1886. 1886, sorry.
1886?
1886 for chainsaws. And when was it in? Fuck, where did we say it was? I'll go Austria.
All right. The dude's name is Norm Larson. Okay.
Oh shit,
So I don't know if that sways you guys to like any other
Japan.
place. Yeah. Japan.
Norm
In that
Larson.
case, I'm just thinking New Jersey.
I'm thinking Wisconsin.
Again, whenever you say a guess, I'm like, yes, dude. What?
Wisconsin.
Like
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Yeah.
It was just for
man.
cheese, bro.
Yeah,
It
for
was
cheese.
For cheese processing. No, I'm kidding. It was not.
For slaughtering animals, they like lube them up.
For removing, you know how they give those, they dip the sheep in like that solution to get rid of parasites or
wool?
something.
Oh,
Yeah. For that, I changed my guess to that.
Mm.
and you're still sticking with your location?
1940 New Jersey.
1940 New Jersey. Okay. Serge, you're closer with the year. 1953.
Oh,
But you guys are not close in the region.
Region.
so we're pretty.
Or I guess the part of the map of the US.
So we're pretty northeast. So we can either go south or we can go west.
Arizona. Give me Arizona. Give me Tucson. No, Lake Havasu.
What was happening What was happening in 1953 in the US? Do you guys know? Because I
Are we
I
supposed to
mean,
know?
it was
I
like
don't know.
prosperous times.
Cuba, Russia.
No, that was
No.
later.
That was the 60s.
Yeah. No, I think the 50s were like a quiet time. I mean, baby boomers. Everybody was having sex. Was it lube? Wait, the freakiest place is Vegas. I'm gonna go Vegas, and it was used to like clean hotels.
You said Vegas?
Vegas.
Okay, Vegas. Serge, what was your guess?
Lake Havasu, Arizona.
Arizona. So I actually don't even know who would be closer. So it was invented in San Diego, Cali.
Mm.
I don't know who would be closer. Because I mean, Arizona and Vegas are like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Nevada is
know.
closer, but I mean, it's you're talking like a couple miles.
Yeah. Does Arizona even touch California?
No.
Wait,
Maybe the bottom of it,
does it?
bottom left corner.
I don't know.
Or the top right? I don't know.
I don't
No,
know.
West.
Yeah, Nevada is sandwiched between Arizona and
Oh yeah, you're right.
California.
It doesn't. So do you guys know the name of WD-40?
Uh,
I'm gonna go with
Warner Brothers.
washing degree 40.
All right, so watch. Here's a fun fact. It took 39 failed formulas before they got it right. Hence the 40 in the name. The name is called water displacement 40th formula, and it was originally used for preventing rust on missiles.
Oh, well, sick.
That's pretty cool. All right. That was my next guess, but
Yeah, we were lathering up sheep instead of lathering up missiles.
exactly.
Oh. The microwave oven,
Oh,
known today for reheating pizza, instant noodles, and questionable dorm meals.
damn! I feel like I've seen like media talk about it.
You might have, but I honestly, I mean, yeah, you guys might be surprised at this one. So it was invented by this guy named Percy Spencer, an engineer. Raytheon engineer.
Raytheon engineer. I'm gonna go with 19.
You guys want a fun fact as well to sort of like, okay, so he noticed a candy bar melted in his pocket near radar equipment.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with 1964, and I'm gonna go with it was in Delaware. No, not Delaware. I'm sorry. Where do they have all the missiles? Montana. I'm gonna go with Montana, 1954. I think I said, and it
You said
was
64.
1964, Montana. I'd say it was used. I feel like it was already a thing, no?
25, West Virginia. And just as a heater.
It's actually not a bad guess, but You guys will probably never in your life ever get this one correct.
Oh god.
The year or the place? Or like what it does?
You guys probably have a better chance at correctly guessing the year and the location, but you guys will never guess its intended purpose.
Its use, radiation.
Well, like I said, 1930, West Virginia.
19.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was used to melt down pottery.
I'm gonna say it was to be able to look through lead walls.
Through lead walls?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
What?
Yeah, Miguel, you guessed 1964. And Serge
1964.
guessed
Now,
19
before you say the year, if you're
Uh-huh.
telling me the microwave was invented after the nuclear bomb, I'm gonna lose it because there's no way.
When was the nuclear bomb invented?
Like
The
the 40s?
hydrogen bomb, the 40s, yeah. So there's no way the microwave came after.
I think it came after.
That's crazy.
I think microwaves were a household item like in the 70s.
Do you guys want another
So-
guess somewhere? Another
I could be
guess?
wrong though.
Okay, I think I went too primal with it. You literally made a microwave oven, not like the microwave waves or like be able to produce them. Is that what you meant?
Me?
Like the actual household appliance?
It just
Or
says
like or creating
microwave.
microwaves.
I just got no microwave oven, like not a microwave.
I was like, what?
That's crazy.
In that case, it's pretty obvious. It's 1959. And now we are South Carolina.
Mikey, do you want another guess?
It was used in 1966. It was built in 1966. The year that the greatest car ever created came out, the 1966 Chevy Camaro. I'm gonna say it was used to solidify paint.
And then
Do you want
my
another?
final
Oh, go, yeah, go for it. Go. No.
as a to tanning bed.
Mikey, do you want another guess as to where it was invented?
Oh,
The state.
Detroit.
Dude, again, you're cooking with your guesses.
I
on
got them all
location.
wrong.
I know,
but
dude.
they feel so right. What?
Oh.
Every
I say-
single one.
I say it with gusto.
So, it was invented in 1945
Oh,
in Massachusetts. Originally,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, not intended at all. It was an accident. There was no intended purpose for it,
that's
which is why I said you guys would probably
Which
never.
feels
guess.
natural because you're giving birth to something, It only feels natural. Primal, even.
oh, I see. No points for Serge, just because you said primal. That's funny. Massachusetts.
We're gonna stick with the theme of women products.
Mass.
So tampons. So today for menstrual hygiene products. Do you guys want the fun fact as well?
See.
Yeah, and again, I know I've heard this one before, but I don't remember. But I have heard this
So,
one.
fun fact: commercial use took off after World War II, when women needed something more discreet and active friendly.
I'm gonna say it was created in 1904. Oh, no. Let's go before. Let's go 1927. 27, and it was used to plug up soldiers' wounds.
Where, Miguel?
Where? Damn. Who's crazy enough to try something like this? I'm gonna go with Hungary.
So for this one, I just need a what am I trying to say, bro? Fucking, I'm brain farting, bro. A country, because it doesn't give me exactly where.
I'll go Hungary.
I don't know what it could have been used for. I'm going back to Switzerland, 1940. So yeah, 1940 Switzerland. And what could it be used for? Nothing. Even like a joke answer, I can't think of one.
It's like when you
Let me
get like
think.
a straw, a little bit of water, and you like make a snake out of a paper.
Let me put myself in the mind of a Swiss in the 1940s. I'm in the Swiss Alps, a little bit of yodeling. Um, 19, it was used as a cork, like a cork for a bottle.
So Miguel actually hit the nail right on the head.
Alright.
It was invented in 1929. You're 2 years off, and it was used for plugging bullet
God
wounds.
damn.
Mhm.
Let's go. Location?
USA. That's all it says. That's it, man. So let me tally up your guys'
I
Honestly,
have no
close.
idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know how he was grading it. We could have scored 1 point altogether. That would
all right.
have been fair.
So, Miguel, I gave you a pity point for your pop tire.
I don't
No,
know about
no,
that.
no,
I
no
don't
pity points.
know.
No pity points.
I don't
Don't
know
worry,
about the
sir. No,
integrity on
I
that one.
mean this is my episode. I get
Unless
to.
I also get pity points,
You did.
obviously.
You got a pity point for the Panthers beating
Oilers.
your Oilers.
Oh
So don't worry, you guys both
God.
got one pity point.
Okay.
I gave you guys both a half point. I don't remember why, so you guys both have a half point somewhere. Miguel, you got another full point for guessing the year closer for one of the answers. You got, let's see, one, two, three, four, five,
More than I thought I'd get.
six. You got 6.5 points.
Nice.
Pretty
Surge,
good.
you got one pity point. You also got that half point because I don't remember why I gave you both a half point. And then you got one. You got five. You got 5.5 points. So
Dang.
Miguel, you finally got your
Yes.
second dub of the season.
Oh, much needed.
Let's give a round of applause to Miguel.
Honestly, Mikey, you deserve
was-
a round of applause.
He was out here doing cardio for like what, 5 weeks in a row, maybe?
That's
Honestly,
good
Pretty-
cardio.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in shape now. He's ready to lock it.
I know.
Yeah.
Serge, you've been giving us nonstop winning speeches, but unfortunately today you got to go ahead and give us a loser speech.
I mean, again, humble in defeat, arrogant in victory. You know, we both went out there. We did our best. Best man won, but I left it all out there. And at the end of the day, you know, as long as I gave it all I had, so I can leave the court with my head held high.
Before Miguel gives his winner speech, though, what was the invention that you were talking about, Serge?
I think it was somewhere I don't know, in the Middle East or kind of like the Morocco type. It was used to rotate kebabs, like, but it was basically like a steam engine. No, like I don't know if it was a steam engine or some type of engine that was created by somebody to rotate kebabs. And for like 100 years, that technology wasn't invented again and used for what it is used now. It was something crazy like that.
No,
Used to rotate kebabs?
that's funny.
Yeah, something like that.
The freaking nuke.
The only thing that comes out is like the vertical broilers and gyro machines.
No, it was like some type of engine, and the guy for like 100 years he only used it to rotate his kebab so they wouldn't burn on one side.
Did a Turkish man invent a steam engine 200 years before? Hang on, this website is. Did a man use a steam engine 200 years before the Industrial Revolution and only made it to spin doner kebab?
That's hilarious.
That's insane.
Exactly. Is this real, by the way?
I-
Because if it
Yes.
is 200 years that you could have had the steam engine, the guy was using it to rotate his kebabs.
That's crazy.
Oh, so it says yes, engines have been used to rotate kebabs, specifically doner kebabs, which get
That's
their name
crazy.
from the Turkish word
Priorities.
donmek, meaning to turn or rotate. Wow.
200 years.
So this
World
dude
would have been a
invented
totally
the
different
steam
place.
engine before the actual steam engine was.
200 years before it became like a thing, basically. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
I know, that's
interesting.
crazy.
Okay, Mikey, you can go ahead and give us your winner speech.
I want to thank the Liquid Swords album. I think it really helped me kind of like find my Zen place, really helped me lock in. I want to thank the Blown Out Tire. I think it was a moment of clarity, kind of humbled me, and just made me reach for more. Just scrappy attitude. Thank my competitor for participating in the event with me. It was good. I think, as they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. So this was my twice a day moment. So 2 wins on my way up. I think the score is 4-3-2. So
I think so.
Something like that.
because we're in
4 plus
episode 9,
3.
yeah,
Yeah.
4-3-2.
4
So
2.
on my way up, doubled my win total. So we're looking good.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when you are
Yeah.
host next week.
Ah, true. Fuck.
Yeah. So hopefully Miguel cooks with a good episode for you guys next week. Thank you all for listening and watching. Also, before we head out, oh, were you gonna say something, Serge?
I want to have a final closing statement, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, before we close out, we rebranded our Patch Notes logo. It's now a new rebranded logo. Hopefully you guys like it. It sort of incorporates a little bit of everything that we talk about on the podcast. So it now more resonates with our image. So hopefully y'all like that. And go ahead and close us out. Bring us home, Serge.
So anybody out there, just know you can catch me on League of Legends Wild Rift mobile version. I'll be playing Misfortune, Ezra, and Varus, and you will catch these hands as I'm climbing myself all the way up to Diamond, maybe even Master. We'll see how things go.
Alrighty.
That's fire.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.